Hello, good people of the interwebs, and happy Easter if you celebrate it. In my part of the world, it's kind of a big thing, and we get like 3 days off, and it's absolutely awesome, even if you're an agnostic heathen like me. So, Solar Auxilia. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. So I hope that don't piss you off. Um, I bought the battle box group thing because they look absolutely awesome. So you will have that coming up. I have always loved the Leman Russ tank, so of course that was my first pick. Oh, by the way, I've tried to change some things around, lowering the audio of the music and doing the intro a little bit more interesting, because I get a lot of views but not a lot of view time. So hopefully this makes the video more interesting. So, Storm Vermin Fur is my base color for this. And I actually did a lot of things different compared to what I normally would do. I don't use any shades for this paint job thing. I dry brush a little more than I normally will, and I use a little bit of pigment. So yeah, hopefully you like that. But again, 2 or 3 coats, and I try to make it as thin as possible. And next I go in with the Filthy Cape from Army Painter, and it's just like basic. Basically, it's what's Dawnstone would be the Citadel equivalent. I try not to use Citadel paints more and more often because, well, they're expensive and they aren't really that good. Anywho, so Filthy Cape from the Army Painter, Dawnstone I think would be the alternative. Maybe it's a little bit lighter. Next, Spaceship Exterior, also from the Army Painter. And I think that's Celestial Grey in Citadel language. And a little lighter dry brush on that one. And the end product is actually a pretty cool looking. Oh, focus! Get! There you go. So people can see what you're painting. I also try to add some directional lighting using dry brushing on the gun barrel and yeah, well, the whole tank basically. And the end result was actually pretty cool. Yeah. For all the trim, I use bright bronze. I don't know what the equivalent Citadel color would be for that. A bright bronze, I guess, would be the solution for that. And this part of the paint job took forever because there's a lot of trim, and I didn't want to hit any of my my awesome already done areas. Already done areas. That's a word. Sure, why not? So I took my time and I was careful. The bright bronze from Vallejo has this lovely quality that is quite easy to thin down a bit, something I'm generally struggling with. And it still has its pigment. I wanted a really dark metal for the metal parts, and I discovered that I had a really old gunmetal gray that I splashed everywhere when I tried to get some out of the drop bottle thing. There was a build up, and when that build up wasn't there anymore, there was paint everywhere. It was awesome. And basically that's for all the metal parts. So the exhaust, of course the belt on the tanks. Is that the name? The belt, the tread, the nut wheels. What is that name? Belt. I'm going to call it belts. Then I dry brush with the Rune Fang steel. Now normally I would use a Necron compound, but apparently my dry brush has dried so much that it had crumbled. So again, that's why I don't really buy Citadel paints anymore. They don't last. It's annoying. And I give all the metal a light dry brushing with this. It has the awesome effect that it both highlights and makes it look a bit worn. Next, I took red bone and I taped some of a small area off because I wanted to add some markings. Basically, the paint job was more or less done now, and it was kind of boring. I mean, honestly, I feel like it looks pretty cool, but also kind of boring. Cool and boring. That's a goal. So I give it a layer of red bone and I thin it down quite a bit, also because I wanted some of the grey to shine through. That would add some shading for me. And while that was drying, I went in with Skulker Yellow for the lenses on the turret. And yeah, tried to be careful. Failed, but tried to be careful. And Skulker Yellow is Avalon Sunset in Citadel land, only this one is good and won't clunk up after 2 seconds. I'm doing a lot of hating on Citadel. Is it justified? Let me know in the comments. What kind of brands do you use? To add some highlights to the lights, I went into with yellow flames. Alternative would be Flash Gets Yellow, or what's it called, from Citadel. And I just stippled on some of it at the top of the lenses or lights. Then I went in with the Abaddon Black. Sorry. And I did all the wires and tubes around on the model. And I chose Abaddon Black because it just kind of fitted with the scheme I was going for. Now the red bone has dried, so I go in with the Walk Flesh. I tape some off, so I have a stripe of white down the middle. And then I go in with Walk Flesh and paint it green. The whole masking up thing is not something I've done a lot, but definitely something I'm going to do more in the future. And now it's time for pigments. Burnt Umber from Vallejo. Awesome pigment. And I actually use it to add shade as well. But basically I just smear some of the bottom of the tank, wherever dust would blow up. And then of course on the threads. The threads! The belt. The threads. Oh, Jesus. And just generally smear it on. And next, Carbon Black, also a Vallejo pigment. And that's for the gun barrel. And for the exhaust pipes. See all that lovely pigment dust going straight into my lungs. No wonder I'm coughing today. Talking about it. Oh. And then I decided I was done. So yeah, it could have gone worse. I mean, I kind of like the end result. I can see a fuck ton of mistakes when I'm all zoomed in like this, but all in all, I was pretty happy with this paint job, and I'm looking forward to be painting the bigger tank and the walker thingamabob, and of course the soldiers. Should be easy, there's just a lot of them. And after Skeleton Tomb Kings, I'm kind of allergic to batch payment, the paint jobs. I want something simple, you know. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. This was 10 minutes of your life that you decided spending on me. And I really do appreciate that quite a bit. So if you like this kind of content, please do subscribe. I do 1 or 2 videos a week, normally 2, where I paint mainly Games Workshop. I'm going to be doing something different for May, actually on May the 4th. Guess what it is? But anywho, if you like content like this, please do leave a like and do subscribe, and have an awesome day. And if you celebrate Easter, have an awesome Easter. Thank you, and bye.